Minnesota Blue. Go to am950radio.com to sign up as a member, and thank you so much for supporting AM950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
2022 continues to be a hot real estate market, and any advantage you gain could net you thousands of dollars. If you do plan to move at some point, installing a system from All Energy Solar could increase your resale value and help you sell your home faster. Energy costs will not be going down anytime soon, so a property with a solar energy system could make it much more attractive to potential buyers. Buyers consider electric bills when buying a home, and installing solar panels is viewed as an upgrade. Each kilowatt of solar energy could increase the resale value of your home by thousands of dollars. And even when you sell your home, you'll likely recoup the costs of switching to solar thanks to your increased property value. So if you plan to sell your home, make your home as attractive as possible to buyers by switching to All Energy Solar. Get a free, no-obligation assessment from All Energy Solar by calling 800-620-3370 or visiting allenergysolar.com. That's allenergysolar.com.
Hello, AM 950 listener. I know you. You take the news seriously. When you read the headlines these days, it makes you want to hang your head down and cry. Well, to hell with that. What you need is a laugh from the left. So do yourself a favor. Listen to Facepalm America with host Beowulf Rockland every Sunday night at 9.
There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every week we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, or just the unusual. My name is Greg Bakun, and thank you very much for joining me today. First off, I really want to just send some positive energy, some well wishes to Matt McNeil. Matt McNeil, part of the AM 950 lineup, the Matt McNeil Show, every afternoon, got into a pretty serious car accident on Thursday and went in for some surgery and whatnot. I'm, from my understanding, expected to fully recover, but all the same, it sounds like quite a bit of time of rehabilitation and work to kind of get back. So I just wanted to, first of all, really wish Matt the best and hope that the recovery goes as smooth as possible. Certainly not easy, but we're thinking of you, Matt. So just hang in there, please. Secondly, Adam, I'm not an engineer. Okay. Okay. So let's put that out there right away. But I don't think this is how TVs work.
You know, it's that new model, that Captiva photo in okay, I know I can't come up with anything for it. No, that's not how a TV works. I tried.
So folks who are listening on the radio, first of all, we have this gigantic monitor in the studio. So if you're watching us streaming, there's this huge monitor. And there is no picture on the monitor. To my knowledge, I've never seen a picture on this monitor, but there is a poster taped to it today. Like I said, I'm not an engineer, but I don't think this is how you get a picture on the monitor. I think that you actually have to turn it on, maybe even plug it in, and it's not plugged in. So I don't know, Adam. I don't know what to say here about that.
It does look at great 1080p though, from where I'm sitting.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
it's not 4K by any stretch.
No, well, I mean, actually, I think this is well, it's not 4K. I don't even think it's HD because it's not taking up the whole monitor either. So I'm not really sure what's going on here, but I looked at it and I'm like, okay. So I think these are baby steps.
We're getting there. We are getting there.
We're getting there.
Before too long, we'll have like Teletubbies as a screensaver because it's baby steps.
It's going to be, or is that design that little wire design from it's probably on your computer actually still.
Yes, it is.
The screensaver design. So yeah,
From
that's
Windows XP.
yeah, that's what that is. But actually, folks, that is the Matt McNeil, actually the calendar that AM 950 put together with photos that Matt had taken. So those are available. Go to the website to figure out how to get one. They're actually very, very good looking photos. So there is that side of it to it as well. So I will say one last thing, and we'll see if I still have a job at the end of this. They should really have taped it to the other side of the monitor because I'm in front of it now. I mean, not that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that way you get a better view of it. And
Yeah.
the thing is that if we start talking about, alien abductions at some of these landmarks though, it would be nice to, have a little laser pointer and be like, all right, so the guy was abducted here.
Yeah, no, I mean, but have you listened to my show? It's really not that pinpoint accurate.
We could try. I mean,
we could
we are
try to
getting
be, yeah. I mean,
with GPS and everything, we are getting so close to being able to actually pinpoint every single alien abduction that has taken place. At least that's my hope anyway, because I really want to get off this planet.
well, there we go. Well, I have somebody today that you can ask if they see that in your future, if you can get off this planet. Jennifer Lee, who lives in northeastern Utah, is a psychic medium, remote viewer, a paranormal investigator who does residential and business clearings, cold case, missing person reviews, and a certified death doula. Jennifer also co-hosts The Calling, the Forgotten Files podcast with Shannon Rogers. That's new. We're going to be talking about that today. She is going to be doing some one-question readings for us, and we have some parameters around that, but we're going to get to that in a second. Jennifer, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm going to just say real fast, Adam, I can't see the clock actually either, like the countdown. If I kind of need that. But
I will try to get that on screen. Otherwise, I will give you the old school hand signals.
Okay.
The C for 30 seconds and then the braking for the break.
So I guess the first question, Jennifer, is will this station have equipment that works in it? No, I'm kidding. Just anyway. So before we get into it any further, I'd like to invite all of our listeners to join into the conversation today. To do so, to call in to get a one-question reading from Jennifer live on the air. You can call in 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. You can email us a comment or a question. The email address is comment@am950radio.com. And we are live on AM 950 Radio, but also streaming video on the following Facebook pages. You can watch us on AM 950, Things Network, MN GhostBox, Free Spirited Network, and we are also on RU Media. So please go there, like those pages. Feel free to leave questions there too if you'd like a reading from Jennifer. The purpose of the readings is meant to be light in tone. So please do not ask questions needing mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Please keep it to relationships, love, money, new jobs, general readings, or if you're going to eventually be taken off this planet by aliens. And we'll leave it as simple as that, because Jennifer, you're not a doctor, are you?
Absolutely not. No, I am not a doctor. Now, there are some things that I can pick up in energy, but they are in no way, shape, or form diagnosis. It's just something physical that I'm picking up. So I avoid direct medical questions for that reason.
Yeah, nope. And same too with like legal. You're not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. It's just like, if you have a legal question, ask a lawyer, I would say. I don't know.
Absolutely. Yes.
I don't know how that works. So, with that said, the couple new things going on here, and I'm going to give some time for people to put in questions and stuff. But can you talk to us a little bit about the new podcast that you started with Shannon Rogers, which is really interesting?
Yes, The Calling, the Forgotten Files, and it's streaming on a Facebook page by that very same name, also a YouTube page. But the idea is about this is kind of digging into, we just want to dig in a little bit deeper. We want to dig in. I mean, we all know that psychics and mediums, right? We can give messages. We kind of want to dig in a little bit deeper to the purpose of that. What else can we do? What else can energy do? Because energy, when we think about energy, in any metaphysical way, it's beyond the scope of what we can even imagine.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to dive into some of those deeper topics. We've been talking to people that are cold case, they do cold cases using their abilities. Talking to people that are profilers doing that. So we're just kind of trying to cover a broader scope, things that aren't talked about a whole lot, and try to bring some awareness to some of that.
And that's really exciting, actually, because as I know, and as you know, and as Shannon knows, that there is a lot of programs out there. I mean, you're on one right now. A lot of different paranormal things out there. I mean, everyone is trying to find a way to kind of stick out and stand out. I like the idea of coming to it from an energy level, coming to it from a these paranormal shows, and I'm speaking of myself, is coming from a paranormal investigator sort of stance, where this is coming from a different side to it. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm as excited, to share some of my knowledge as I am to learn. I'm more excited to learn, to be honest with you. Some of the guests we've been finding that we have lined up are just absolutely amazing. And so I think it's a good opportunity for everybody to learn from everybody else and to see things from like a different perspective, a different point of view. Sometimes we get stuck in our point of view, and we need to be a little bit more open-minded. So we're just hoping to bring some of that in.
Well, I agree. And I have to say, I know who your guest is this Thursday, and I have to admit that's going to be a good one. I think that's a real stellar episode.
That's going to be awesome. Yes, Greg, you are our guest this Thursday. I'm super excited to talk to you. See, that's the thing. When it comes to the equipment part of this, I don't know anything. I really don't. I don't use equipment. So I'm excited to open my mind a little bit and to learn about how exactly that all comes together.
Well, and I think too, what we're going to talk about a little bit is how you can still use mediumship to help move along the answers that come through the equipment. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So that's kind of the direction that I come from. So, and I just don't really talk about it a whole lot, but it certainly is something that I think people will find interesting. And I was talking with Shannon, we're going to play some recordings and stuff too, hopefully, if time permits, or if you all think it's appropriate. Certain things that we picked up. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm really grateful that you all had reached out and asked me to participate. I mean, especially so early on, because there's just so many wonderful people to have on there. I was really humbled to even been asked. So I appreciate that very much.
You're welcome. And we're excited to have you on.
So I think what I would like to do is, I'd like to ask people, if you have a question for Jennifer, please start putting them into the comments as we're going to start taking a look. And don't forget, it's one question readings. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we're going to do the one question readings. We have a couple lined up already. We're doing that with intuitive medium Jennifer Lee. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Don't be surprised if you hear your name when you walk into St. Paul Corner Drug. Our experienced staff make getting to know you their top priority. Developing a trusting relationship with our patients is the first step in providing personalized care that achieves the best outcomes possible. Make certain all your providers know who you are and what your needs are. It is a vital step in your well-being. Stop by St. Paul Corner Drug today to start a relationship with a staff that cares. St. Paul Corner Drug, pharmacy the way it should be.
Do yourself a favor and check out the amazing cuisine of eatlocalminnesota.com. More than just a website, eatlocalminnesota.com provides you with the best local and independently owned restaurants in the Twin Cities. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking cuisine, the Great Wall Chinese restaurant has been a local favorite since 1981. They offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include the sesame chicken, imperial beef, and Peking duck. The Great Wall restaurant is located off 45th and France, with takeout available too. More at greatwallrestaurant.us. The next time you're out in South Minneapolis, make Nightingale off 26th and Lindale your go-to dining option. It's a comfortable neighborhood restaurant that features a delicious menu of American classics, plus a wide drink and cocktail selection. Nightingale has dining room and bar seating available, plus takeout and delivery. Current hours are 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. daily with the full menu until midnight. More at nightingalempls.com.
Hello, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Now my show will be on Saturdays from 10 to 11 and replayed on Sundays from 1 to 2. You will get to the best of Ellie 2.0 with talking about idealism with guests who come in and who are idealistic, who are trying to change the world. And you will get me, Super Idealist. Tune in. We can't wait to hear from you. And you'll hear from me Saturdays from 10 to 11.
Hi, this is Laura. Listen to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. or anytime via podcast. Our individual health is connected to the health of each other and connected to the health of the earth. We know the problems with the dominant food system: climate change, deadening soils, nitrates in the water, factory farming, injustice, concentration of wealth. How do we both as individuals and as a community step up and support a living food system which honors the earth? Tune to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. and remember to support your independent farmers.
Hi, this is Ken Hageland, host of Living Healthy and Aging Well, inviting you to listen to our live call-in talk show airing every Saturday from noon to 1, where we talk about your health and your life and provide insights you need to know to live and age well. Each week, we talk with guests who provide answers to important questions regarding healthcare, elder care, end-of-life care, and self-care for caregivers, and help you and your loved ones plan for the future and enjoy your highest quality of life today. Please join us every Saturday from noon to 1 on AM 950 for Living Healthy and Aging Well.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you for joining us today. Our guest is intuitive medium Jennifer Lee, and she is doing one-question readings for us today. If you want a reading, call in to our studio, 952-946-6205. That is 952-946-6205. Or if you're watching us on a Facebook page, please leave your questions in the comments. Please remember to keep the questions light. No questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Thank you very much. Jennifer, before we get back into it, a couple comments that have come through. Anthony in the Things Network has said that, yes, I find that when you put three mediums in a room, they start talking shop about spirit. Many answers are, he said, many answers are maybe found. And then he says, I find that Spirit Box is a great tool for mediums so that their gifts are not overlooked or overloaded, excuse me. So those are interesting. And you don't do a lot with the equipment at all because you're using strictly your mediumship gifts, right?
I am. And I actually have some equipment and I have tried it. And what happens, and this is why I see I need to open my mind. I need a new way of learning. I need a new way of doing. I sit with the Spirit Box much like I would with a sitter or a client, and I just start talking. So I'm talking over the Spirit Box. I'm not asking direct questions. So for me, and that's completely out of the normal way that I work, is to sit and just ask questions.
Right.
So that's where I struggle with it because I try to approach it as I do my mediumship.
And I've also heard other mediums that say that Spirit actually asks them, why do you want us to talk through this device when normally I just talk through you? So
I have had that happen. Now, they didn't come through the device, of course, and say that, but I just had this overpower, like, you don't need this. What are you doing? This is not how we work. So I struggle with them. I'm very, very curious though, and I would like to. So I said I would like to expand my knowledge on that, of how to make both of them work. So we'll talk about that on Thursday, right?
we sure will. Now, let's get to some readings. How are you doing readings? Are you using cards at all, or how are you doing readings today?
I do have a deck of cards here, but generally on the one question readings, as long as they're not, just general and I have a question to go to, I'll just use my intuition and I won't pull cards. So it'll kind of depend.
So Pamela in the chat, she is wondering about getting a reading regarding just about her career and a general reading, basically.
Pamela, okay. On your career, here's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like whatever it is that you're currently doing, you really enjoy doing, you have a passion for doing, but for some reason, kind of feels like the pieces just aren't maybe pulling together the way that you want them to. So if that's the case, I feel like I see a list. Okay, when you ask me this question, I see a list. I don't know if it is redefining what you want to come from it. It almost feels like that, but it feels like it's done in list form. Are you a big list person? See, and here I am talking like you're going to be able to answer me, but I feel like you're a big list person. And so maybe list out what you're looking for, your expectations, and then we have to really just kind of sit down and decide which one of those are realistic expectations for a certain time period. I don't know, that's just kind of what's coming to me. So I do feel like you are on the right career path. I feel like whatever this is that you're doing, you have a passion for, but things just maybe aren't looking like you thought they would look at this point. Give it some time, sit down, and analyze it.
All right.
And I'm gonna leave that there.
Hopefully that helps with Pamela, and that's why I do ask people to call in, because you can have a little, if you're okay with it, Jennifer, you can have a little back and forth. If you have a question, they can answer right then and there. Pamela did write back though, through the power of the internet. She says, "Thank you. Yes, I do need clarity. It's a bit scattered. I mean, it's tough, I'm sure. I mean, I'm trying to do my own thing too, and it's just never as easy as we'd like it to be. And we don't even want it to be easy, do we, Jennifer? We just want it to work at the end of the day,
Yes, absolutely.
So why don't we have another one lined up. Terry in chat, Terry asks, is there a man coming their way?
Yeah, but I don't see it in the immediate future. I actually feel like 9 to 12 months. I feel like it's a ways out.
So, and that's the thing, is all good things are worth the wait, right?
Yeah, this is interesting. I also feel that he's very tall with dark hair, and I'm going to leave that there, but that's the vision that comes into my mind.
Yeah, no, I mean, Terry, there's something for you to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And that's always a good thing. And not that it's any of my business. I'm just curious. And tell me if I'm asking things out of the realm here, but do you foresee this person being a part of Terry's life already?
Boy, here's kind of what I feel. I don't know if this person is a part of your life right now, but this person is going to come into your life before the 9 to 12 month frame. Like, I feel like there's going to be some knowing of this person before it turns into this relationship.
Okay. No, that's very interesting.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. I mean, it's not for me, but I was just kind of curious, because I thought to myself, well, geez, I wonder if that person's already there. I mean, because that's the interesting thing about these things, right? Is that sometimes it's that people are thinking, when you get these sort of readings, like, oh, well, that's just like a whole other part of my life, but there's components that are always already a part of your life, it feels like, in these situations.
Yes. But no, I don't honestly, I don't feel like that this person is a part of the life right now. However, I do feel like they are in somebody's life that that's how I think that this is going to come about.
Okay. That's interesting. And that's kind of the tough thing about that, is that what you end up with is, it's kind of leading, I guess, in a way, when I'm asking questions like that, because now, Terry might be like, everybody who is tall and dark, going to be like, is this him? Watching Star Wars, Darth Vader, is that him? I mean, they said so, but obviously, hopefully that all works out very well. And once again, folks, we do have some folks that are putting in some questions. So I just ask, please go ahead, do so. 952-946-6205. Jennifer, I'm going to send you something in Messenger for you to read during the break. We're going to take our second break. When we come back, we're going to continue our one question readings with intuitive medium Jennifer Lee. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hi, I'm Scott Shambot from Shambot Family Dentistry. We're the fear-free, shame-free dental office. If you're having a dental emergency, we'll try and get you in the same day you call because we don't like to see anyone in pain. And we'll help you get through every appointment in the most pain-free way possible. As my daughter Rachel says,
if you don't see my dad, please see another dentist. Take care of your teeth because they're the only ones you get.
Shamblat Family Dentistry in Hopkins and St. Paul. Find them online at shamblatfamilydentistry.com or call 1-800-FIX-MY-TEETH.
On the show, This Queer Book Saved My Life, we talk with LGBTQ plus guests about the queer books that saved their lives. And on December 17th, we chat with Minnesota Book Award winner David LaRochelle about the book Conundrum by Jan Morris. We discuss how life-giving empathy can be, and we get into LGBTQ characters in children's books. You can listen to This Queer Book Saved My Life every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. right here on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
Do you want a gift everyone will love? The Park Tavern has an amazing deal for you. Through the month of December, stop on into the Park Tavern and take advantage of the best deal of the season, the Park Tavern Gift Card Special. Buy a $100 Park Tavern gift card, and Park Tavern will give you an additional 25 gift cards for free. We'll let you decide which of the cards you gift and which ones you keep. This great deal runs all December long. On Louisiana Avenue, north of Highway 7 in St. Louis Park, or online at parktavern.net. Holiday savings are on the menu at the Park Tavern.
Habitation presents a radio drama. To buy or not to buy, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to compromise and live with a sectional that doth not fit my space, or to take up arms against a sea of mediocrity, and by opposing it, to rest, to be comfortable, to enjoy the space that is my home. Hi, this is Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Design and host of Drink in the Style. I'd like to personally invite you to our new showroom located in the District at Edina, 7777 Washington Avenue South. Habitation, put some drama into your interior design.
Winter is here, and there's a good chance your home isn't being heated efficiently. And it's likely because of air sealing and insulation problems. Inadequate attic insulation is the leading contributor to high energy bills, cold rooms, and ice dams. Great news, the energy-efficient pros at Snap Construction can fix it all. Stop the heat from leaking out and save. Call 612-333-SNAP or visit snapconstruction.com for your free infrared energy inspection. Install with Snap Construction and qualify for over $750 in rebates and incentives. State and city programs are now offering 0% financing for qualifying insulation upgrades. So call Snap Construction for your free insulation energy consultation and start saving on your energy bills. Call 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com. Snap Construction is arguably the most well-reviewed insulation and exterior contractor in the metro area. Visit snapconstruction.com.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you very much for joining me. One of the things that people may have seen this week is that we announced our next Ghost Stories and Beyond in Anoka at Billy's for January 4th. And we're going to have Dave Schrader in person at the event. One thing that was surprising to all of us is that tickets have sold out already. Dave Schrader, you'll have known from the Holzer Files. He does a lot of the shock docs over on on Discovery Plus. He does the Paranormal 60. He just, I mean, and he's just a good guy, and it just sold out really quickly. So you're probably wondering, well, why are you bringing it up? And the reason why is because we're hoping to open up more tickets for this event that would be on January 4th. You are not, we're not going to be able to allow people to show up for the event this time. You have to buy tickets ahead of time, only because we want to be able to control the amount of people coming in. But we just want to let you know that that is out there, and we will update everybody as soon as possible about that. Also, if you missed GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Live, AM 950 replays these episodes Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or you can listen anytime by going to Spotify or iTunes. After listening, please leave a positive review for my show. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We are now going back to our guest today, intuitive medium Jennifer Lee, and she's doing one-question readings for us today. If you want a reading, call in 952-946-6205. If you're watching on Facebook, please leave your questions in the comments section. We're seeing them. Remember, let's keep the questions light and no questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Just one thing, though, I found really kind of funny, Jennifer, see if I can find it here real fast. Once again, talking about Terry. And Terry, I didn't see this comment, and she's just like, oh, Greg, thanks for asking regarding if this person's already in her life. But then she's like, but let's be real. Is he good looking? And you didn't, I don't think you covered off on that, but is that for us to say, even, to be fair?
No, it's not for us to say.
So
he's not bad looking. I'm just going to put, he's not bad looking.
Well, you said tall and dark, right? I mean, what more do you want?
Yeah.
And
I mean, I don't know her definition of good looking, but he's not a bad looking man.
No. So there you go, Terry. Just we're here for you. We are here for you. That's all that you need to know. So we're going to go to another one. Did just send you a note about it beforehand, because this is something a little bit different. Doesn't really kind of fit into the light category of what we were talking about. Michelle in the chat said, could you shed some light on the circumstances of my ex-fiance's death? He died 5 years ago, and it was ruled an accident from carbon monoxide poisoning. I've always felt like something or someone else was involved, but maybe it's just me. Was just curious because I'm worried about his spirit being at rest.
So without going into mediumship, that's kind of a hard one to, to get some specifics on. But what I do want to tell you is that his spirit is at rest. So when we go over to the other side, we don't carry all of these emotions, these human emotions, such as anger, the sadness, and all of that. We don't carry that. Now, when souls come through in a reading, they might express that, but they're not carrying that, right? They're just letting us know on a level that we can relate to. So is he okay? Yes. I want to tell you this. I feel like, and I hope that I'm not wrong here, but I do feel like if you're wondering if this is if this is like self-inflicted, if this is on purpose, I want to let you know this and let everyone know this. Even people that have taken their life, even those souls, they move on, right? They go to the light and they don't carry that with them. So they are at peace. And I hope that brings you some comfort. I'm very, very sorry about the loss of your fiance. It's very hard for me to get into it on a show like this. But he is at peace. And I hope that brings you some peace.
Now, if Michelle wanted to take it further with you and dive deeper in that, is that something that she could schedule like a reading with you about?
Absolutely.
Or how does that work, Jennifer?
Yes, absolutely. You can schedule a reading with me. You can go to my website, which is, so you have to look it up, you guys, jenniferleepsychic.com, because I don't go to it. It's like my phone number.
That right there is the equivalent of taping a poster to a TV screen. I'm just going to say that, I mean, for goodness sake, people, am I the only one that knows anything around here today?
I really do. I have to look it up. It's crazy. I have to write it down.
So can you say that again, please? Because I had to get my joke in
Yes.
there. Yeah.
JenniferLeePsychic.com, or you can also join my Facebook group, which is Jennifer Lee Intuitive Medium. It is a private Facebook group, so you can join that as well.
Michelle, I hope that you take advantage of that because that, I mean, honestly, I think, you know, I've run into this. I'm not saying this is what Michelle's doing. I've run into this a lot with working with past mediums and stuff, and people feel like when they're actually really needing something deeper than just like, am I going to get a new job? Am I going to get a raise? They seem to feel like that a one question reading is going to be enough to answer it, and it's nowhere near enough to answer it. An actual reading
No.
is very important because now you've kind of opened that door to be able to have more, you know, to kind of have more communication about all that. And this is, I mean, I hope Michelle takes advantage of it, but anybody who's listening, you know, if you have questions that's beyond just, you know, am I going to find a man and it's going to be tall, dark, and handsome, you know, that is the thing that's why you want to have those be, this is just the introduction. These one question readings are just the introduction. You want to actually get further into it to actually get the information that you really, really need.
Yeah, it's very hard on a platform like this, especially with, you know, the one answer questions. It's very, very hard to get into something like that. But if you choose to use a medium, make sure that you research your medium and make sure that you use an evidential medium as well.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'd say just go reach out to Jennifer. She's on here. She's giving her time. She's helping out, and she's amazing. So please, I mean, if this is resonating with anyone, please go and schedule a reading with you. It's as simple as that. Moving on, we have Annette. Annette says, "Hi, Greg. Hi, Jennifer." And Annette knows how it works. You know, putting my name in there, saying hi to me, it's always a good way to make sure that you get on the show. May I have a reading? I'd like to know if there was a curse put on me or if I have an attachment.
Boy, that is a big question. I'm going to tell you guys how I feel about curses, first of all.
Sure.
Okay. I want to talk about those since we're talking about how energy works and all of this stuff. We were talking about that earlier.
Mhm.
Just as we can send healing, good, beautiful, loving energy to people, we can do the same with negative energy, right? And so if you feel like that's something that has happened to you, this is what I always tell people to do. I feel like, first of all, we have to be open to that. So you need to kind of check yourself. You need to check your boundaries. You need to check people that are in your circle, you know, and not with suspicion, but you need to do that check on yourself. Are you surrounding yourself with the best possible? Where have you left yourself open for this? If that is in case, you know, if that's what's happening. So that's the first thing that I would like to say. And usually you'll be able to pinpoint and find those areas yourself, because curse is a word that I don't use a lot because it's really just this energy being sent,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's just energy. So I think that's a really harsh word. And it's just a word that I don't use a whole lot because I don't necessarily believe in a curse. However, I do believe in negative energy that can be sent our way. So that's the first thing. As far as attachments, you guys, I'm kind of the same way on that. We've got to look at ourselves. If we feel that this is going on, why is this going on? What circumstances are happening? What is creating this? I think that we automatically jump to attachment or something else. And I'm not saying that this is the case with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying that we tend to go that way. That kind of takes accountability away from ourselves. And so I think it's really important that we look at everything else before we jump right there.
No, I've actually know someone in particular that he had been very much blaming everything that was going on wrong in his life on attachments. Yet this is somebody who is very spiritual, you know, and it's kind of like, I don't understand how, you know, how that works. I'm very much the same way. I mean, you put out the energy that you want to attract. And if you're putting out, if you're, and I'm not saying Annette's doing this, but if you're putting out, I live under a dark cloud, that dark cloud will manifest itself and follow you around, I think.
Yes, absolutely, it will. Absolutely. And so that's why, there are so many things to this. But if you feel that that's happening, that's the first thing that I would like to encourage anyone to do is really sit down, take an inventory of where you are in your life, what and who you are surrounded by, and start there.
What do you think about such things like as Reiki? You think that like maybe it's a need for chakras to be aligned and whatnot. What do you feel about those?
I feel that those are important. I feel that those are important things to do. I really do. But also, if you're going to be doing things like that, if you're going to be working with energy, and getting the energy clearings, you have to realize this: unless you are doing it as kind of a form of housekeeping, regularly, sometimes you can't expect a one and done.
Right. No, absolutely.
So know that even Reiki takes time. Look, I do energy clearings. I do them on people, and so I understand. And I tell them, this may not work the first time. It just may not. Now, if you have good habits and you're doing this, like I said, like house cleaning, it probably shouldn't be happening in the first place.
Right. Because you don't take vitamins only when you're feeling down. It's something that you're always taking. So
Exactly.
yeah, no.
Exactly.
And Annette had also just asked, is depression lets it in? I mean, everything is a factor to everything else, I would say. And she said that she's getting help now anyway. So
perfect.
Just hoping that everything works out. Why don't we do this? Why don't we take a break? Let's finish our conversation with Jennifer Lee after our break. And don't forget, you can still come in for one question readings. Put it in the comments, give me a call, whatever else. We're having a great show. If you want a reading, please put that through. And we'll be right back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
We at AM 950 wanted to offer more thank you gifts for the great listeners who have become members. Brand new for 2023, AM 950 has the new National Parks poster featuring photos I took at the national parks. Members who sign up for a one-time $99.50 membership or recurring $25 per month membership will receive the brand new AM 950 National Parks poster and the AM 950 2023 calendar as a thank you. Go to am950radio.com, click on the tab, and become a member now. Thank you so much for supporting AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
If you're looking to save money on your home or building improvement project, check out Better Futures Minnesota's reuse retail warehouse in South Minneapolis. We carry salvage building materials such as cabinetry, flooring, plumbing fixtures, appliances, lighting, and more, saving you money and saving the planet by keeping these items out of the landfill, by giving them another life. Selections change daily, and we also take donations. Go to betterfuturesminnesota.com and look under Reuse Warehouse to learn more. Let us know AM 950 sent you.
Hi, this is Paul Metza inviting you to listen to the Wall of Power Radio Hour. We have been on the air on AM 950 for over 5 years, over 200 original shows in the can, including musicians, artists, promoters, authors, comedians, and more. We're on the air Saturdays at 6 p.m. If you'd like to advertise, get a hold of us at am950radio.com and stay tuned this weekend, Wall of Power Radio Hour.
'Tis the season to be jolly, and nothing makes me jollier than a clean home. If you just had Thanksgiving at home, you're probably still assessing the headaches your holiday company caused to your carpets, tiles, and maybe even the upholstery. And now you have less than a month before it's going to happen all over again. Call Zero Res today and ask for the AM 950 special and free room Zero Resified for just $119. That's a $50 savings. And don't forget those air ducts. Take another $75 off your air duct service to get them Zero Res clean. Also, are you looking for last-minute gift ideas? Give your loved ones a Zero Res gift card to spread the Zero Res clean cheer. Call 952-ZERO-RES or visit ZeroResMinnesota.com to schedule your appointment today and beat the holiday rush. Lastly, now is the best time to book Zero Res for your year-end office cleaning and get you ready to provide your employees and patrons a clean and safe environment for 2023.
Seward Co-op is now offering convenient self-serve and prepackaged hot options and salad bars at both the Franklin and Friendship stores. Breakfast items available daily until 11 a.m. and brunch served all day every Sunday. Their weekly lunch and dinner menus highlight cuisines from around the world. They offer vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options daily. 95% of the ingredients used are organic from small-scale, local community food producers whenever possible. More at seward.coop.
So now it makes sense, Adam. That is the National Parks poster behind us. Okay.
Okay.
Neither of us could figure that out. I mean, it's beautiful.
It's wonderful.
But I didn't know what it was. And so that's great.
And it shows that neither of us have been to the national parks.
Well, okay. Yeah. And then also the calendar.
And those pictures are taken by Matt. He does wonderful photography, to be honest with you.
So it's everything, all the pictures on there and here have been taken by Matt. And there's one of downtown Minneapolis. I always love downtown Minneapolis, but a lot of great nature photos and stuff. So yeah, no, that's what that is, I guess.
I liked our idea better.
Yeah, well, I mean, no one tells me anything, so I didn't know what's going on.
And I even work here, and I still don't know.
So next week in GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, I'll be having a conversation with author Daniel Myers as we talk about his most recent book, Alejandra Rising, which is book 1 of the Knight's Trial trilogy. It's going to be a great conversation about the content of the book, but also about how to not give up on your dream of being an author or doing anything. And I think Dan could really talk to that quite a bit. So I'm really looking forward to that. For our final segment, we return to our guest today, intuitive medium Jennifer Lee. She's doing one-question readings for us today. So if you want a reading, call in 952-946-6205. We're running out of time, though, folks. And then also leave your comments on the Facebook page. Remember, no questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Adam, do you have a question?
Actually, yeah, I do. My mother passed away. It'll be 5 years ago on the 13th. And just, she was a devout Catholic. I just want to kind of make sure that everything kind of went according to what it should have when she did pass, because unfortunately I was on jury duty and couldn't be there. So I just want to make sure that, everything went over there and make sure that, I guess when I do dream about her, she isn't like reaching out for help, if you will.
Yes, everything is good. I was just talking about how spirits pass, right? As soon as they pass, they don't carry any of those things, any of those tough, hard, negative emotions. Those are human emotions. And so sometimes we assign our own emotion and our own thoughts to spirit. If I'm feeling this way, they must be feeling that way. If I'm having a hard time, they have to be having a hard time, right? And I just find that not to be the case. And so when you say if everything went the way that it should, I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about right there. But is your mother at peace? Yes. And is she on the other side? Absolutely. The other thing is, I want to tell you that you said that you dream about her, correct?
Yeah, every now and again she'll enter my dream. She doesn't say anything, but she's there.
Yes. And just know that those are spirit visits, right? She doesn't have to say anything, really, just to come into your awareness, come into your dream and say, like, I'm here and everything is okay. That's really, signs are often very subtle from spirit. Sometimes we're expecting something great big, and they're often very subtle, just like that. It's just saying, like, I'm here. So when you have those dreams, know that those are definitely visits from your mother, and know that she is okay. I also feel like she sends you other signs, and It's something in the color red is what I'm seeing. I don't know if you know what that is or what that symbolizes.
Yeah, for the most part. She always used to wear a Houston Rockets t-shirt all the time, and it was bright red. But
Okay.
she loved the Houston Rockets for some reason.
Okay, because that's the color that I associate with her, is this red. Do you happen to have that shirt?
No, unfortunately,
Okay.
it wasn't one of the things that I kept, but one of the things I did keep was years and years ago when I was probably in kindergarten, second, third grade, somewhere around there. My aunt and I went and got her a Mother's Day ring with her birthstone, which is the month of January, which I don't remember off the top of my head. But the red ruby is July, in which I was born.
Okay. Okay. So your mother showing me that red, that's just a way of, again, they're very subtle, right? She's just saying, like, I'm with you. And she's going to send you signs, or she does send you signs in the color red. So you can watch for those. And she does come into your dreams. So know that your mother is okay on the other side. Okay. Everything, to say everything went fine is kind of a strange, it's just something I've not said before. So yes, know that she is at peace, know that she is good.
Now, when she was giving that, your mom did come to me, Adam, and she said she comes to you and doesn't say anything in your dreams because she's just judging you through your dreams. So
She was a devout Catholic, not
yeah,
shocked.
she is really not happy with your life choices. So, you know, I don't think Jennifer wanted to say it, but I figured I better just, you know, make sure you knew that on the air.
It's from running around with people like you.
In front of 100,000 people. Yes, you're welcome. So Joni had asked, how often should a house be saged, do you think, Jennifer?
Honestly, I don't really think that there are any rules to that. If you want to sage your house every day, you can sage your house every single day. What happens with sage or anything that we do is really the intention behind it. Again, we go back to housekeeping. I sage my house a lot. It's not that I'm trying to sage spirits out. I'm just trying to kind of just clear my space. And so I don't think that there's really a timeline. I think it's just kind of personal preference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I mean, this certainly also kind of falls into, I would think, what we talked about with like the Reiki and everything else. It's best not to
Yeah.
do it when you are like, oh my gosh, it's pretty deep in here. It's just a regular thing that you're doing, right?
Right. If it's, in your words, pretty deep in there, like I probably wouldn't sage. Honestly, I'd probably try to figure out what was happening,
Sure.
what was going on, and then make a plan from there.
Right. And like maybe reach out to somebody who could help or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, that makes
An
sense.
investigative team, a medium. I mean, that stuff can be done. Stuff can be done long distance.
Absolutely.
You know, you can read into the energy. You can do it virtually. So yeah, if you have like a really big problem, I would suggest again a medium, an investigative team, something.
And you do remote viewings, don't you?
I do.
So, you know,
I do.
Once again, folks, you know, I can't say it enough to definitely let's see here. I've lost your website there. JenniferLeePsychic.com, and go check it out. Pamela's been there, she said, and she says that the site is beautiful. It's a very nice looking site. So
Oh, thank you.
that's great.
Thank you very much.
Did you just launch that? Because I want to say when we had you on, I think it was May last time we had you on, that you were still working on it, or maybe I'm misremembering.
I worked on that for 3 years. You're not misremembering. I just launched it about 3 months ago.
Hopefully Terry's man shows up sooner than your website did, I guess, you know.
Exactly.
Jennifer Lee is an amazing intuitive medium. She's been very helpful to us today. Don't forget to go to her website, get a schedule an appointment, schedule a reading with her. And then, of course, don't forget this Thursday, the internet is going to have the greatest show of all time on the Calling the Forgotten Files podcast with Jennifer and Shannon Rogers, as I will be a guest. But there's so much more to do and so much more to check out. So definitely please go to her website, which once again I've completely lost. Jennifer, where is it again?
You're gonna make me look it up.
Oh,
JenniferLeePsychic.com.
awesome. We'll be back next week, everyone.
This is New Beginnings, hosted by award-winning broadcaster and speaker Freddie Bell.
Freddie, this generation of the baby boomers, people are living longer, so the baby boomers are taking care of elderly parents.
Let's talk about your health, and specifically, let's talk about